Okay, so before I start the video, well, I technically already started. What the hell am I talking about? I would just like to point out the fact that Arthur, Gawain, and Galahad all come with nearly 7,000 troops. That's pretty fucking insane, if I must be so honest. So we're actually gonna go ahead and give Queen Arthur 7,500. So that's what, 71? Can I do math on video? I was about to say on stream, because I'm watching a lot of Twitch these days, but 146, right? There we go. And Galahad will also give 7k, because why the hell not? See how expensive it is to recruit troops now that we get to, now that they're up to like 7k, 6k. So was it 279? Bam. Just to match them, we'll actually buff Chihaya's troop count as well. What's he at right now? What, 6,100? Give it like 7,500 as well, or something like that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so Michelangelo, we are almost done with Michelangelo's events here. I'm pretty sure, yes. So she will gain her passive, which is very useful. I think there was supposed to be a, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. So, like I said, how, we think Michelangelo's character events and sprite are kind of screwed up. This is, I think, one of the reasons why we think it is, because this CG is not supposed to show up right now. But because the game is kind of confused, it just plays this one, it just shows us this one instead, because it has no idea what to do. Because, you know, Michelangelo's events are messed up. So I think they're supposed to be showing us something else. It could be this one, and this might be intentional, but I don't know. It doesn't match. Like, why is it showing us this CG when it has nothing to do with Michelangelo? In any case, it's a nice CG. It's nice to look at least. So, whatever. So weird. So janky. But now she gets Rouse, which is the same thing as Kamehameha's passive skill. If you'll take a look. +2. So that's very nice. So makes Michelangelo a very good unit overall. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and do her Queen Arthur's then. Sure, why not? So they're on a date, considering Queen Arthur's been under the influence for how long? So I've heard this shrine is famous for conducting marriages. And if you look at the dialogue, she actually bought Chihaya a childbirth charm. She's not sold at all, is she? And Himiko comes along to crash the party. Yeah. So unfortunately, Queen Arthur's only flaw is the fact that she lets her flirting with the main character get in the way of her business. So she oftentimes forgets what she's supposed to really be doing. Hey, Ambrosia, cool. If you hear a truck in the background, that's because the garbage truck is coming around for the rounds today, so I do apologize. Okay. More of her events. Let's go ahead and apply Ambrosia to somebody. At this point in the game, putting Ambrosia onto someone who has a lot of troops to begin with is actually really valuable. So, unfortunately, it looks like we've already used up Galahad, and Galahad's kind of my waifu in this game. Or among the knights, she's my how should I say, most valuable waifu. MVW. That's a really awkward phrase. But yeah, we'll give it to her probably, because I like her a lot. In any case, we'll go ahead and do Gawain's event, I suppose. So, Gawain's character events are kind of strange, because you actually go into her background. The the whole underwear thief has really nothing to do with anything else here, but gentlemen perverts. Okay, blah 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 blah. She's pretty cruel, but hey, it's Gawain. She has a fucking chainsaw as a main weapon, so who cares? And moving on. Hey, I wonder who that is. Okay. And the turn. Now Babylonia shows up again. If we were actually at war with them, they wouldn't actually give us those pre-turn events, which is very interesting to note. But hey. All these radio static. Okay, we don't know who those four are. Not quite yet, anyway. So they're all having a party. Let's see, let's just skip through because there is an important plot line here. Can you just introduce the new heroes already? God damn. Alright, so this is what Mu has been up to with all her magic gathering shenanigans, whatever. So she summons 5 new cities. Right, 5. One of them is Kowloon, which is in East or West China. Arcadia, which is in the Mediterranean. I think this is Valhalla. Yeah, it's Valhalla. Valhalla in Scandinavia. Tirnanog, I don't know if I'm pronounced that right, in Iceland, I think that is, if I'm getting my geography right. And Elysium in the middle of fucking nowhere, next to South America. So she's actually reviving what are called Cities of Illusion, and of course Takeru comes along for the party. Too bad this isn't a battle, but I suppose if this were a battle, you would be kind of screwed, because you're going up against Mu and 5 legendary heroes. So, no, not even 5, 6, including Takeru, so thank God this is not actually a real battle, otherwise you get shreked. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Okay. So now we are at war with the Illuminati once again. So this is where they explain what the Cities of Illusion. So, Kunlun is where we find Taigon Wang. There is another name that she goes by, but I'm forgetting what it is, because I think it's a more traditional Chinese name. But in this game, she's referred to Taigon Wang. Arcadia is where Hercules is at. Valhalla is Signo, or Siegfried? Yeah, Siegfried. Tirnanog is Kuchalain. Chuchain, whatever the fuck their name is. Elysium is Achilles, and that should be all. Okay. Blah 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 blah. So basically, have to fight them all. So mission unlocked. We get to invade all of them. Okay. That was a long return thing. Imagine reading through all this, which I actually did. Ugh. In any case, how close is Nostradamus to completing her, all of her stuff? Not that far. It's far into it actually. So that means that's not her HCG coming up. Let's see. Chihaya will actually go ahead and buff his unit up a little bit. 340, I think that is. We'll also buff up Himiko's unit because why not? 480. Which is going to be very useful later. So buffing her up now is going to pay off. Okay, so give Galahad Ambrosia. There we go. Okay. Rearrange our troops so that they'll get healed by the time we start attacking. She's gonna heal up next turn. We'll give Chihaya this, I guess. Soma. Oh, was Charlene actually using that? Whatever. We'll give her a pearl. Why not? Sasaki Kojiro. Wait, she was still using one. Rip. Ashoka doesn't need it pearl anymore, right? Yeah. Neither does Willem the Kid. Marco Polo. Is she using that item anymore? I guess, nah, she can heal next turn, so let's give that to someone else here. Alexander, namely. Okay, cool. You'll notice that the main overworld music has also changed. That's because now we are officially into a late game. So, just pointing that out there. Okay. The good thing about the war against the Illuminati is that I don't think they'll invade us. At least, I don't think they will. They might, actually. I take that back. Actually, they might. So we basically have to conquer the cities of illusion as fast as we can. As it'll allow, anyway. Okay. What should we do first? We'll do Galahad. I like Galahad. So obviously they're at Timbuktu, investigating the water shortage. No surprise. Just a priestess. Galahad's whole theme is ice. Yeah, don't say! Hey, I wonder what that's on her belt! And what's her hero skill called again? Ice Sword? It sure is a mystery, isn't it? It's like, you don't fucking say. Alright. What is this? This should be the end of her events here. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, cool. Steel. Alright. What is steal again? Is it the unit behind her gets +2 defense? Should be, right? Because that's what Benkei has. Yeah, ally behind her gets +2 defense. Very useful. I like it. Okay. Do Boar's events. So Boar's events usually, she calls Lancelot Lanny. So yeah, she broke Queen Arthur's favorite cup, or teacup, so she's out trying to buy another one. So they're at a really famous teacup buying teacup place or whatever the hell. They're not in stock. Oh shit. She's really screwed now. One does not simply piss off Queen Arthur. So more Boris events. Blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we'll do one more event here. It's just be one of Balin's stuff, just playing tag with the knights. And Balin just gets teased around a lot. And she makes explosions with her swords. Okay. More stuff. We'll actually end the video here, and we'll come back. We'll go ahead and do the rest of the events and start planning our attack on the Illuminati.